Well, it's May 26, 2021 here in Australia, and tonight is going to be a very special night. We've got a supermoon, but not only is it going to be a supermoon, we've got a full lunar eclipse. Now, the last time that happened was in January 2019, and to my understanding, I don't think it's going to happen for about another 12 to 13 years or something like that. So tonight's going to be the night that I'm going to have to really go for it. Luckily, there is not a cloud in the sky. At the moment, I'm at Point Cartwright. Now, Point Cartwright on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, has this fantastic lighthouse. What I did before was I got my PhotoPills app and I was getting out and I was just doing some calculations in terms of where the moon was going to be while it's being eclipsed. I think the eclipse starts at around about 7:44 p.m. with the full eclipse, and that's when the moon goes totally red, being at anywhere from about 9 o'clock to 9:30. I'm just sussing out a position where I can get a good shot and make a nice interesting foreground. That's why I want to use this lighthouse as a foreground, because I mean, I will get some shots of the moon just by itself, fully eclipsed, but to make the shot a little bit more interesting, I need that foreground interest, and that's what this lighthouse is. If you just excuse me, I'm just going to move around with my PhotoPills app, get some different type of frames, and just see where the moon's going to be. Just getting some different angles with the 24 to 70mm lens on this little Sony RX100 Mark III, would you believe? I like this type of frame where you can see all these jagged cliffs in the foreground, and then you've got your tank, and then you've got the lighthouse up here. So at the top of the frame, with this shot, I could have a lot of space for the moon to come through there. That's what I mean. There's ways you can shoot the moon. You can certainly just shoot the moon by itself. It does really help with your composition when you're shooting shots of the moon and you've got that nice bit of foreground interest. The main thing you have to remember is you need that bit of distance between you and your foreground interest to make that moon look a little bit bigger. It might be that I might even have to get back further, or I might even have to be going closer. So you just have to play it by ear and see how we go tonight. The only thing I have to be very wary of is that I'm pretty sure high tide is at around about 7 o'clock, and this right here is the high tide mark. So I might have to mess around a little bit here and just move my tripod a bit. But just from looking at my PhotoPills app, just where the eclipse is starting, it should be just above the lighthouse right there. By 8 o'clock, it should be about half, and then by about 9 o'clock, in between 9, it should be about full. So I should be able to get a shot through there. I'm going to probably use a couple of different lenses tonight. I'll have my 80 to 400, as well as I'm going to have my 24 to 70 f2.8G lens on the Nikon D850. It always pays to get out and get your position firstly while it's daylight. You can have a look around, see what type of things you're going to trip over. I know for a fact there are some very dodgy rocks here, so I've got to be very careful. Come 7 o'clock tonight, I'll see you then. Okay, so welcome back. We're here at night time and the supermoon has just come over the edge here with the lighthouse in the foreground there, and the moon is just so bright. It's huge. I've got a bit of time. I was just mucking around there with the D850 and I had my 24 to 70. I was just trying a couple of different exposures. I've actually got to get out there. Now, at the moment, I can't get out there because it is full tide. But the thing is, in another 3 hours, that tide will have receded back. I should be able to get out there anyway. The way the angle is, I'm going to have to get right close to that rock wall that I showed you this afternoon and angle straight up to get the lighthouse with the moon. I'll probably be using my 24 to 70 to start with. And then as the moon fully eclipses, I'll switch over to the 80 to 400, not only to get some B-roll for you guys, but also I'll get a few close-up shots with it. So my apologies guys, if you can see a bit of a mist over top of the GoPro lens, that is the sea air, because the tide is so high here at the moment, really huge. Just got to watch where I'm going here. I don't know if you can see it just up behind me. That's the supermoon, there's the lighthouse just there. It's a real party atmosphere at the moment. I've got kids running around with their torches going up to the lighthouse, and I guess there's a couple of school excursions out here as well, because it's a very rare event, so they're out enjoying it. But yeah, hopefully that tide should be just starting to go back now. It's around about 7 o'clock, which should allow me to walk along the front of the beach here and shoot up that cliff and get the lighthouse, and then the moon should be eclipsing. Okay, so it's just rolled past 7:45 and the eclipse is just starting. So just getting a bit of overlay for you guys. Just fired off a quick shot as well. But yeah, here we go. By just after 9 o'clock, hopefully that should all be red. And then I'll switch it out from the 80 to 400 over to the 24 to 70. I'll get down lower underneath this lighthouse and get a shot looking up. See how we go. So we've just gone past 8:15, so we've now reached half lunar eclipse. I've just got you some 4K vision here with the D850. I've just zoomed in as much as what I can. I'll probably have to crop into that in post-production. But yeah, looking fantastic. Yeah, it's starting to go a little bit red now, but it's so cool watching it because you don't realize that that's Earth's shadow coming in between the moon and the sun. I can just imagine what it'd be like on the moon's surface while you're in the shadow of the Earth. That'd be really cool. Okay, so the moon is now fully eclipsed. What I've done is I've put the Nikon D850 into portrait mode. I've got my 24 to 70mm lens on, and I've got this pandanus tree in the foreground, then I've got the lighthouse, and then the moon. The moon at the moment is fully eclipsed, but I can still see this little tiny slither of moonlight coming through the edge, and it looks really cool. Just hopefully I get the shot that does it justice. Well, that's it guys, that was the lunar eclipse from Australia. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's now time to head home. I've got to go to work tomorrow, but it was worth coming out and seeing this little rare event. As I always say, never stop creating. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.